Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who had some specific questions. They want to know if they should leave their traditional life behind in order to pursue the life of an artist, in order to be a performance artist. And the answer, in short, is yes. This is a golden opportunity for you, and this is going to be a way of success in your life. And I'm really glad you came to me for this reading because this is actually the path I'm on. And I really feel like part of my gifts and like why I'm here is to help encourage other people to do this too. So I'm excited because, this is what Rainbow Harmony is all about. It's about creating balance and peace in your life and following your heart and living an authentic life and a conscious life. And so this is exactly where you're headed, and there's a lot of really positive energy coming through in this reading for you, and I'm so excited to share this with you. And anyone else who came across this reading, if it's not your personal reading, then stay tuned. I'd love to be able to help lift your spirits as well, and I hope that this resonates with you too. And if you'd like a personal reading, then check out the description below, and you can find out how to book me for a personal reading. So let's get started with this. I am so excited. I'm like talking super fast and like stuttering because I'm like so excited. That's what happens when I get excited. So your current energy, golden opportunity. They're saying important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And then this is the Ace of Bows, and it's like a manifestation card. It means you hit your target. And so they're just like, you're right on the mark with these questions that you came to me with, and wanting to know if this is an alignment for you. Like, the very fact that you even have to ask, like, the answer is just yes. You know this in your heart, you know this in your soul, but what you're looking for is permission, and you want that reassurance that you're going to be successful, and that's exactly what this is. They're just like, leap and the net will appear. First you take action, and then the money comes. And yes, you're just going to have to move forward in faith. But let's just explore this for a second, okay? What if you took this path and you didn't have success? What would be so bad about that? What would be so bad if you didn't get that much money from it? Like, this is what you love to do. And that's what I realized when it came to me in my fashion job. Because there was a time, because I had to work for 10 years. 10 years developing like my portfolio and like working for free almost most of the time before I started making big money in the fashion industry. And sometimes I still have to do that in order to keep my work going and to keep people interested in what I do. And so I completely understand this. Like, it's hard, but I just realized I didn't care if I was making money or not. Like, it's what I love to do, and it was fun, and I took action, and then the money came, and it came at the perfect time. It came right when I was ready for that type of job and for that type of responsibility. And that's what's going to happen here, is you just got to keep following your path, and things are going to unfold in divine timing. You'll gain the knowledge and you'll gain the skills. You've already gained a lot of that along the way. And as that develops, like, opportunities will come. Like, right when you're ready, the opportunities come. You just have to be open, and you have to follow your guidance so that you can like be in the right place. And you need to prepare. Like, you need to act as if the opportunity is going to come. You need to prepare because it's coming. All right. Ding, ding, ding. There we go. Preaching it. I'm preaching it. So, what energy is coming in? Woo! This is an assertive, creative, and abundant energy. It's talking about how you're getting ready to stir the pot. You're getting out there, you're taking classes, you're meeting people, and you're making connections with other people, because that's so important in your industry, is to make connections with other people. Because you and I are actually in a really similar industry. I work with a lot of performance artists, and I style them, and I work with them for music videos sometimes, and actors and actresses, and like I work with so many different types of people in that industry. So like, definitely the connection is a huge part of that. But I feel like what's blocking you is you're in need of some healing. Like, you're still a little nervous to put yourself out there and make those connections because there's like this healing process you're going through. But I'm getting the feeling like this process is wrapping up, and part of your healing process is going to be going around these people. And I just find that interesting because I went through that as well. I found a lot of the connections I made through following my heart and like doing what my talents and gifts were, like those connections I made were so healing for me, and some of the kindest, sweetest people. One of them just stopped by this morning. And I get to see these people every day, and they're just so incredible. All these people that I work with and connect with. So I think that's like, you're headed towards a lifestyle kind of like that with this job and line of work you're going into. And but it's like you still have a little bit more healing to do because you're nervous to stir the pot. You're like a little nervous to get out there, but I think it's just a matter of practice. Like once you get practice and like get out of your comfort zone a little bit, you'll get more comfortable with this. So what energy is leaving? Okay, so you were going through this time where you had to start delegating. You had to decide like, okay, I'm gonna do something about this. And I feel like you've already made the hardest decision when it comes to all of this, was just to take the first step, and was just to admit to yourself, like, I want this. This is part of me. Like, I am a singer, I am an actor, I am a performer. And you already taken these steps to get back in these classes. So this is the energy that's leaving. You're kind of heading into a phase now where you're having to do the work. You're having to stir the pot. You're having to take these classes, do some healing, working on your worthiness, your self-esteem, because these classes are healing. Like, they're teaching you how to express yourself, basically, and that's, expressing yourself is like part of the healing process. And so you're like releasing these energies, like as you act and as you dance and as you perform, you're like releasing and like allowing these energies to flow through you. And it's like really, it's like therapeutic, you know? Seriously, for me, doing a photo shoot is like therapy. We get to like do makeup, and we get to talk and relax and listen to music and just be outside or be inside, and like with all these beautiful colors and textures and things that people have made, all these special items, and I just love every part of it. And I feel like what you're doing, it's like divine, it's healing, it's this is why you're here. Like, the universe loves artists. Everyone is an artist. And you know, when you put yourself out there and you take these risks and you nurture and you grow these parts of you, it is a good example for the people around you too. It inspires other people to do the same, because as we grow older in life, we lose touch of with ourselves, with our true selves, with our true divine nature. And when you stay connected to like your nature and like what wants to come out of you and like your self-expression and your artistic endeavors, it's just a beautiful thing. And I think people lose touch with that, and that's why they get kind of bitter and they feel lost in life. You gotta allow these energies to flow, you know? Life hits you with some crazy stuff, and like this is why art exists. Like, it's we flow, we channel through it. This is how we express ourselves. I feel like this is why we're here. Like, we're here to express ourselves. And so it's very sacred, like what you're here to do. Like, don't discount that. So, what's going on with your job and your career in general? Well, they're saying you've needed, sorry, I'm like adjusting here, shaking the camera a lot. They're saying you've needed a lot of time to yourself to heal. Like, that's coming up so much, to figure out like what it is you want, because I feel like it's some type of like breaking point or something that led you to this. Because you've been trying so hard to fit in and to conform to society, and you've worked, like you said, all these jobs that were just paying the bills, that like you're just checking out, and you spent so much of your life and so much of your time at these jobs dissociating, because that's what you have to do to get through these jobs. You basically have to go out of your body and dissociate, because if you're in your body, you realize that you hate it and you can't do it and you can't stand it. So the only way you can handle jobs like that is like to literally float out of your body and like look down on yourself. So you're living half your life not even in your body. And so they're saying meditation is going to be really good for you. It's going to help you get grounded. You know, going out into nature is going to help you. It's going to help you just like breathe and relax and like remember that you're part of this earth, because when you get sucked into the system, it's a dark place. It literally is like prison. It like oppresses you, and you have to free yourself from that, you know? you can find a way to make the system work for you so that you can do what you love. And that's what my husband and I realized, actually. You know, because there were times where we had to work like day jobs in order to like help make ends meet. And there was a time where I had to work part-time doing, actually for years, like I said, I had to work part-time 10 years, being a swim teacher, actually, doing that in order to, and then half the time I also did my fashion stuff, and eventually I was able to quit that job and just do what I loved all the time and make my living now off my art. And it's been a journey. It's been a couple years now I've been making my living off my art, and it's incredible. I'm so thankful every day, but I still have nightmares about some of those jobs I worked at. I'm not even kidding you. I still have nightmares, like, to this day about, you know, so like I understand what you're going through here, but this is what you can do. You can work part-time on, you know, just doing the job for the man, you know, and then other part-time you can do what you love. And this is kind of what's happening here. And so it's like you're getting your strength back because you're channeling your energy and you're building momentum towards what you love. And that's kind of getting you out of that depression, because all you were doing was just those jobs that weren't serving you before. And so now you can actually look to the future and start thinking, like, maybe I can build something for myself. And yes, you can, little by little, you know. And just realize all these stories you're seeing of these people in this industry who like look like they're having this instant success overnight. There's a lot of work that goes into it, you know. And I feel like you're going to have your success and you're going to have your day too, but there is going to be a lot of work that goes into it. And it's okay, just little by little, you know. And you're not in competition with anyone else. This is a personal journey. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to feel like you're behind. You don't have to feel inferior or insignificant to other people if they've got these crazy, you know, badass 9-to-5 jobs and all this stuff, and you're still working part-time and doing this. Don't just like have tunnel vision. Just stay in your lane. Don't like appreciate the things that other people have and like the success of others, and like know that it's a sign that you will have success as well. You know, don't be frightened or envious right now. It's time to have tunnel vision. Now I see what's going on with the performing arts, like in general. I'm seeing, yeah, like I think we already touched on this, but right now you're very insecure about this, and I'm glad you were honest about that, because that way I'm able to like pull specific cards to help. This flew out of the deck for you, and they're saying like you're insecure, but like a metaphor that might help you is to remember, like in nature, how much work goes into growing like a rose bush. Okay, you know, it's planted, then it grows. It takes a while, you know. Have you ever seen just planted rose bushes? Like they're all spindly, and then the roses start to grow, and like a little bud forms, and the bud, it doesn't open right away. It's like a process. It takes time. Well, I feel like that's where you're at. You're actually like budding right now, and you're going to blossom and bloom, but it's going to take you some time. So don't be insecure that you're just a little rosebud right now. There's beauty in that too. There's beauty in this part of the journey as well. Look for that and see that, you know? So what's going on with your auditions? So they're saying that you gotta realize with auditions, there's gonna be a lot of injustices. There's gonna be times where you get like 3 callbacks, and then they choose like the last person, the other person instead of you. And you're gonna be frustrated because they're gonna waste all your time. And there's gonna be a lot that goes into this, you know. You're gonna have to have many people telling you that you don't make the cut, and in order to be able to handle that and to be able to handle these auditions, you need to have purification. Like, you need to get to a place to where you realize that your worthiness is not dependent on these people and their opinions, and you trust that like if you'll show up, and you'll show up time and time again, and you'll trust yourself that that there's a reason that you're showing up, even if you don't get it this time. There's like a reason you still had to go, and like you just have to keep trusting your path and realize that like you are going to land some, but it's going to take some work. So you know, if you go into this right now how you are, I mean, I can imagine you in tears after some of the things some of these people will say. And trust me, I know how it is, because I work with models and actors and people in this industry, and they tell me what it's like. And some of the auditions seem kind of fun, actually. I was talking to this girl who said she had to learn like a rap, like a rap song, and she had to rap to these people. And so some of them are really fun, but sometimes I've heard some crazy stories about how there's things that people can say to you. So you need to purify and like kind of heal and get rid of some of these old barbs, things that people said to you in the past. Like, get your worthiness up. And I've been talking a lot on the channel lately about meditation and affirmations. Check out Jason Stevenson on here on YouTube. He has some really cool meditations. And check out Jason Stevenson also for affirmations. There's one called Confidence that I love, and you can listen to it before your meditations and like brainwash yourself into like feeling more worthy. And it works. It actually works. I've been doing them for a while, and it's like, I swear, these affirmations are the only reason like I can leave my house and go do what I do. Because I've had struggled with self-esteem. So definitely check it out. Now, what's going on with your financial stability? Interesting. Okay, so they're saying you've had a struggle financially, but actually in the near future there's probably someone coming in to help you with this. Excuse me. This is like my last reading for the day, and I forgot to bring some water, so my voice is getting a little raspy. Yes, you've had the struggle financially, but there's someone coming in, and I don't think you should be dependent on someone else to help you financially. Like, I think that you're gonna also be financially stable on your own, but in the near future, it's like you're gonna be in a living situation where you're gonna be like combining like assets, and it's gonna actually help you. So, maybe the universe is telling you this right now, because I'm like, wow, dang, universe, this is like a huge lead, and I don't usually get this much information like randomly out of nowhere. I'm not even doing a love reading for you. But I'm thinking you're probably just that worried right now about how this is going to work out. So maybe this is coming out to tell you, hey, the universe has many ways that they can make this work out for you. You know, it could be through another person. It could be like you could start an Etsy shop and like sell like scarves on the side, and bam, all of a sudden your scarves blow up and you're like a multimillionaire. I've heard there's actually a story about that with these 12-year-old girls. Would you believe it? So, they're just saying, like, there's possibilities, and, like, we know that this is also something that you want, and, like, what if you could have it all? What if you could have it all? I have it all right now. I don't know, I guess I do. I do feel like it, but there's a way to have it all, to have all the things you want. Now, what's going on with this shift? Because, like, you're just feeling this huge shift, like you're shifting with the universe. And, yes, they're saying things have shifted because you're getting to this point, okay? You're finally heading to this climax right now, this breaking point. And what it is you're getting ready to surrender your will and to let go of control and to just go with the flow and to trust the universe. That's basically what's happening here, because you're gonna have to in order to take this path. And that's what's so beautiful about it. There comes a point where you can't fight it anymore, and you have to just surrender to the flow. If you're gonna be like an artist or like a freelancer, it's a very sacred spiritual path, actually. It's funny. Being like a freelancer is literally what led me to this path, because I was trying to manifest money, and so and manifest jobs because I really needed them. Living in the city can be, like, really hard sometimes, and, well, not anymore. Not now that I learned how to kind of use all of this. But, yeah, manifesting money, that's kind of what led me to all of this. So interesting. So I'm turning to this in the book, because I'd like a clarification on it. What I'm seeing here is that the shift is because you're discontent in your life, and you're dissatisfied, and, you know, there's an opportunity to achieve a goal, but it requires action. And there's a huge need for reassessment in your life. And it's like a huge stationary period in your life. Like, this is you just sitting here. It's like you have money and you have a nice home, and like, but you're just bored, and you're like, you want to do what you love. Because you're a wild child. You're a free spirit. You need to be with the other artists. It's okay, you know, it's okay to be who you are. You know, there's some people who are here to be on a traditional path and to be a lawyer and like to have a wife and two children and like